You know, DB is somebody that, he's a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person,
Why did DeWanna Bonner suddenly break down in tears? What shocking secret did that reporter unearth about why she walked away from Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever?
leader. The strongest voice in our locker room is hers, and it's fun to have been around here now for about a month just to get to learn from her.
Christine Brennan's wild theory has everyone's jaw on the floor. After weeks of radio silence and phantom practices, veteran legend DeWanna Bonner was officially waived by the Indiana Fever, just 9 games into her 1-year deal. Fever fans assumed personal issues or a clash of roles. Maybe Bonner was upset about coming off the bench behind Lexi Hull, or perhaps the fit simply wasn't right in a lightning-fast offense built around Caitlin Clark's blazing pace. But Brennan suggests something far more explosive. Bonner allegedly couldn't handle the unrelenting spotlight that comes with playing alongside Clark, so intense it drove her to tears and out the door.
Just to get to learn from her and soak it in, and I'm really happy she got to do it at the free throw line and all the fans could go crazy and cheer for her, because she certainly...
From the moment she inked that contract in February, DeWanna Bonner was sold as the stabilizing veteran the Fever desperately needed. A 6-time WNBA All-Star, championship pedigree, career totals nowhere near Summit but still among the league's elite scorers, Bonner was supposed to be the calm voice in the locker room, the rock for a 22-year-old phenom riding her second pro season wave. Instead, after barely cracking double-digit minutes in her first outings, she vanished. Practices, shoot-arounds, media sessions, poof, gone. The Fever activated the stretch provision, waived her, then re-signed Ari McDonald to fill the veteran void. All because Bonner, Brennan contends, was unprepared for the Caitlin Clark circus.
DeWanna Bonner, you made history today, moving into 3rd place, passing a legendary player like Tina Thompson. What does that mean?
Consider the Fever's home opener on May 17th. A raucous 17,000-strong crowd erupted like the Coliseum at Gladiator Peak. Clark scored, teammates buzzed, cameras flashed, social media exploded, and Bonner admitted afterward she'd never seen anything like it. Think about that for a second. A 37-year-old pro who's played under Olympic glare in playoff cauldrons and championship finales confessed shock at a WNBA crowd. The energy Winston Churchill would have envied. Brennan argues that tiny admission was the canary in the coal mine, a sign Bonner's comfort zone couldn't stretch to this level of fandom fervor.
You. Oh man, it's like to be here with this group. Going in front of this crowd is insane.
That extreme attention isn't just about screaming fans, it's national broadcasts, ESPN features, supermarket kiosk appearances, sponsorship deals raining down on every Fever player. When Clark can't fulfill every autograph request or sit for every cereal bowl commercial, teammates step in. Endorsement gold, money that can eclipse a season's salary. For most veterans closing out storied careers, these are dream circumstances. For Bonner, Brennan suggests, they were a pressure cooker. Not everyone wants to be stretched into the spotlight's glare 24/7. On-court performance bore it out. Bonner averaged a respectable 7.1 points and 3.8 rebounds in limited duty, yet looked lost during clutch moments. Missed rotations, tentative cuts, hesitation in transition, all signs of a player wrestling with too many eyes on her every move. By June 10th, she'd cited personal reasons and gone underground. Sources whispered of a wife waiting in Phoenix, of Bonner longing to escape the frenzy. If so, the decision to abandon a contender and lucrative cameo spots behind Clark's meteoric rise seems less baffling. Make no mistake, Brennan isn't some gossip-hunting blogger. She's a titan of sports journalism with decades in the trenches. If she stakes her reputation on Bonner's spotlight stress theory, there's likely more than rumor underpinning it. Critics will cry, "No proof," and sure, we lack Bonner's own detailed confession, but her cryptic social media statement, a quitter? Nah, never been that. But when it's time, let's make sure apologies match the disrespect. Reads like someone bristling at being labeled weak for bowing out of a limelight she never asked for.
Your teammates wanted you to have that. Caitlin, you guys are in the huddle scheming.
The broader picture? The WNBA is undergoing its biggest transformation since the advent of free agency. Clark's meteoric arrival has been both a blessing and a burden. Attendance records shattered, TV ratings soaring, but teams must now brace for the harsh glare of 24/7 coverage. Veterans once content beneath the radar may now feel exposed, their every mistake magnified. Bonner's exit could be Exhibit A in a cautionary tale. The superstar effect that elevates a league can also push certain players beyond their comfort threshold. As the Fever regroup, with McDonald back, rotations reshuffled, and Clark still dazzling, DeWanna Bonner's tearful farewell underscores the high-wire act these women perform. Basketball, media tours, endorsement shoots, philanthropic appearances, juggle them all under relentless scrutiny, and even the toughest can crack. What really happened between Bonner and the Fever? Was it simply role friction or something deeper? Did the bright lights of basketball's new revolution burn too hot?
Make sure that she walks out of here with some history today. Why?
She deserves it. She's one of the best players that's ever played the game, touched the ball, so...
And since Bonner's departure sent shockwaves through the WNBA, the fallout has been immediate and far-reaching. Teammates who once rallied around her veteran presence now scramble to fill the void, and Coach Christy Sides faces tough lineup choices every night. Chemistry issues that once felt minor have become glaring problems on both ends of the court. Young players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston must shoulder extra responsibility, and their inexperience shows in late-game breakdowns. The Fever's defensive rotations suffer, as Bonner's instincts for help defense and timely switches are sorely missed. Without Bonner's calming voice, the locker room atmosphere has shifted noticeably. Questions swirl whether veterans like Erica Wheeler can step up to provide the same mentorship. Leadership isn't just about pep talks. It's about modeling poise under pressure. After back-to-back losses, the team's confidence has dipped, and that lingering doubt traces back to the moment Bonner vanished. It's a reminder that talent alone doesn't win games. Cohesion and trust do.
So, not only a great person, great basketball player, really great leader for our team. So I feel lucky enough to learn from her every single day.
Off the court, the financial impact of Bonner's exit cuts two ways. The endorsement money that might have flowed to her as a Clark teammate has dried up. Brands looking to capitalize on fertile Fever mania must now realign marketing strategies. Meanwhile, the Fever's overall sponsorship appeal takes a hit. Losing a big name shakes sponsor confidence in team stability. Investors want consistency, and Bonner's dramatic exit raises red flags about the organization's internal dynamics. Social media has been ablaze with hot takes and memes. Fans blast Bonner for quitting, and others praise her for protecting her well-being. Twitter polls ask whether any athlete should have to endure this level of fan fervor. Memes depict Bonner hiding in a broom closet during home games. Through it all, the league's hashtag trending machine churns nonstop, proving that attention cuts both ways, heightening fame but amplifying scrutiny. Veterans across the WNBA watch these developments with nervous curiosity. Some privately wonder if they too could buckle under Caitlin Clark's glare. A few have reached out to Bonner, offering support or simply checking in. The Players Union quietly discusses whether mental health resources need beefing up. If the WNBA wants to sustain its rapid growth, it must ensure stars and role players alike have the tools to navigate a media blitz unseen in women's basketball before.
But yeah, we were hunting her. They were making it hard on us, but we were trying to get switches and everything, but we finally got it. And at the free throw line was pretty crazy, and let the fans cheer for her was awesome.
To start your season 2025 with a triple-double.
Meanwhile, other teams smell opportunity. Rumors swirl that the Phoenix Mercury plan to woo Bonner with a larger role and a stress-managed schedule. In Atlanta, the Dream's veteran core could use her scoring punch and steady hand. Both franchises pitch less national spotlight, but more on-court responsibility. It's a trade-off: escape the circus or compete under brighter lights. Bonner must weigh career goals, mental health, and family life when choosing her next destination. At the league office in New York, executives closely monitor the Bonner saga. Their highest priority: protect the brand expansion fueled by Caitlin Clark without alienating seasoned pros. Plans are in motion to host veteran feminist clinics on media training and spotlight management. A task force considers guidelines for handling unprecedented audience sizes. The goal is clear: growth with guardrails, so that no player feels forced to choose between her career and her sanity. For Caitlin Clark, the situation provides a sobering lesson in team building. While her arrival ignited feverish fandom, it also introduced unforeseen challenges. She's publicly expressed regret at Bonner's exit and hopes to see her back on a WNBA court soon. Yet Clark must balance her superstar momentum with the reality that not all teammates want the same kind of spotlight she cherishes. How she navigates that balance will define her leadership legacy in women's basketball. Broadening the scope, Bonner's story echoes a recurring theme in pro sports: the psychological cost of celebrity. From NFL quarterbacks to Olympic gymnasts, athletes often scramble to adjust when fandom eclipses the game itself. Sports psychologists note that sudden fame can trigger anxiety, performance slumps, and burnout. Bonner's candid admission about being shocked by a crowd of 17,000 ought not surprise experts. Few training regimens prepare players for that level of sensory overload. Some analysts draw comparisons to baseball's Pete Rose retirement under scandal, or the way Lindsey Vonn briefly retreated from Olympic glare. Those athletes acknowledge that once personal privacy evaporates, professional identity shifts. In Bonner's case, the court became less sanctuary and more stage. Once every dribble and defensive shuffle becomes headline fodder, the game changes from competition to spectacle. Joining the chorus, Christine Brennan's peers weigh in on the ethics of fan-driven pressure. Should leagues moderate crowd noise or camera angles to protect players? Proposals include designated quiet zones at games or player rest days from media obligations. Critics label such measures overprotective. Supporters argue they ensure athlete longevity. The debate spotlights a league at a crossroads: chase eyeballs or safeguard the people who make the show possible.
Dream! Y'all wish that was you, huh? My bad. Oh, this looks so good.
Amid the swirling debate, Bonner's own voice emerges via social media. In a rare Instagram story video, she thanks fans for support and hints at a possible return, somewhere less blinding. "Basketball has always been my love," she says, eyes bright, "but sometimes you have to step back to see what you really need." The clip went viral, garnering millions of views and reigniting dialogue on athlete autonomy and mental health. Culturally, the episode empowers a broader audience. Fans begin to ask, when does adulation cross the line into intrusion? Social media experts point out that hashtags like "too much too soon" capture grassroots unease. Parents teach young players that skill development matters as much as social attention. Coaching clinics spring up nationwide on helping athletes handle phone screens lighting up with every highlight reel. Bonner unintentionally spearheads a movement toward mindful fandom. At Indiana's Assembly Hall, home of the Fever, the empty seats once filled in seconds now linger in Spotify ad reads and local news segments. Attendance holds, but no longer sells out instantly for every tilt. The novelty factor cools slightly as curious spectators wonder if the fearless vet corps can weather Bonner's exit. Local sponsors renegotiate advertising rates, citing reduced stability in the roster. Business and basketball intertwine in the most modern sense. Success on the court fuels the bottom line, and vice versa.
Ooh, that is fire.
And now the reveal for everyone waiting. Just beautiful. Beautiful work of art.
Looking ahead to playoff contention, the Fever must decide whether to chase quick fixes or trust long-term development. Do they scour the waiver wire for another veteran body, or lean into their youthful rotation to build cohesion? Each path entails trade-offs: immediate scoring help versus organic chemistry growth. Front office whispers suggest both strategies will unfold as pressure mounts late in the season. Bonner's absence remains the fulcrum around which these decisions pivot. In the end, DeWanna Bonner's WNBA chapter may prove instructive for every league chasing explosive growth. It highlights that human beings, not just athletes, fill every roster spot. Beyond statistics and highlight reels lies a fragile mind that no injury report template captures. If the WNBA can learn from this, it may become a model for managing global fandom with empathy. Failing that, more veterans risk walking away from the game they love.
Love it. That's sick.
Oh, it's so good. It looks so good.
And so, Fever fans watch and wait. Can the team rally without its veteran stalwart? Will Bonner return to the hardwood under calmer conditions? Will the league adapt to the fallout or double down on spectacle? Only time will tell which chapters of this drama will define the future of women's pro basketball. But one thing is certain: when the crowd roars and the lights blaze brighter than ever, athletes must choose between embracing the glare or stepping into the shadow. DeWanna Bonner chose her shadow, for now. And that choice echoes far beyond one court, reminding us that in sports, the toughest battles sometimes happen off the floor. League officials are reportedly convening an emergency meeting to discuss the Bonner fallout and reassess how the WNBA supports players under unprecedented spotlight pressure. Whispers suggest they'll explore mandatory media training sessions, mental health check-ins before nationally televised games, and even quiet zones in arenas for overwhelmed athletes. This kind of rapid policy pivot would be unthinkable in most pro sports, but the Fever debacle has exposed gaps in the league's player wellness playbook. If adopted, these measures could redefine how women's basketball safeguards its stars in high-intensity markets. On social platforms, the debate has shifted toward fan responsibility. Viral clips of Bonner's tearful exit sparked heated threads about spectator etiquette and the danger of turning games into circus sideshows. Influencers now argue that cheering should never cross into harassment, and some fans have already pledged to temper their reactions. No more chants demanding instant highlights, no more phone camera frenzies at every time. This saga underscores a simple truth. Nobody signs up for career highs if the price tag is emotional burnout. The WNBA's evolution hinges on its ability to harness Caitlin Clark's star power while shielding teammates from unintended fallout. Will the league find that equilibrium, or will more veterans choose the bench over the fray? Keep watching this space. Women's basketball just got a lot more dramatic. And hey, if you love these insider takes on WNBA intrigue, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let us know your take in the comments.